do I teach my child or my classroom full of kids the math families? Hi, I'm Julie Kotoff, founder and creator of Mad Dog Math, the math facts mastery system that helps kids master their math facts so they'll love and succeed at math. I am so glad you asked that question. That's so important. How do kids start memorizing their math facts? Well, there's 4 ways, and I want you to look down here on my board, and I've got them listed. Number 1 is something that I call oral drill, and I'm going to show you how to do that. The next one is flashcards. We've all worked with flashcards, so we know about flashcards. The next one is write the fact family out. Some kids have to write in order to get it into their memory. Some kids can just orally drill it and they've got it, but most of us, if you're a visual learner, have to write it. They have to see it on paper. And then the 4th way is with our Mad Dog Math at Home software that has each of the 4 programs on it. So let's take these one at a time, but before I do, I want to go back and just refresh your memory on the 3 stages of mastery. First one is accuracy. Do you remember that? Accuracy is that very lowest level. And that's when a child can come up with the right answer. He doesn't have it memorized, but he can come up because he can count on his fingers. Okay? It would look like this. Johnny, what's 5 plus 7? And he does this. 12. Okay, that's accuracy. That's very low level. We can go way higher than that. The second step up to mastery, because we're heading to mastery, is fluency. And the definition for that is fast and accurate, if you remember from the other video that you've seen. Okay, it looks like this. Fluency, fast and accurate, looks like this. Johnny, what's 7 plus 5? And he does this. He stops, he thinks for a moment, and he says 12. Okay, that's a really good jump up from that accuracy level, but we're not there yet. The next level up, and this is it, is automaticity. That's synonymous with mastery. And automaticity, the definition is fast and accurate with very little thought attached to it. Meaning they can whip out the answer so fast, just as if I was asking a child his name. And it looks like this. Johnny, what's 7 plus 5? And he says 12 right away. He doesn't have to think. He doesn't count on his fingers. And if he can say 12, that tells me he's got that fact mastered. So how do you do it? There's a whole bunch of facts. So, of course, the Mad Dog Math program is broken down into fact families. And I want to show you, if you are a 1st and 2nd grader, this is literally where I start with my little 1st graders and my 2nd graders. I start with the 5s family. Now, with the little kids, I don't give them this family. I don't give them this one. I want them to come up with it. So I give them counters, and I found this so effective. And I'll say, okay, you guys, what family are we on today? And they'll go like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're doing the 5s family. Exactly, we're doing the 5s family because there's 5 counters. Okay, so I have them come up with it. I said, okay, you guys, take a look at your 5 counters. What 2 numbers make 5? And I have to show them, this is what I mean. If you separate maybe those and these, I said, what number does this represent? And they'll go 2. And I'll say, what number does this represent? And they'll say 3. So we do this. 2 plus 3 is 5. And once they tell me that, I'll write 2 plus 3. I pretend this isn't written yet. 2 plus 3 is 5. And then I'll show them the inverse, and I teach them that word, inverse. So we do this. I'll say, okay, what do you see here? 3. What do you see here? 2. 3 plus 2 is 5. Exactly. Okay, and I let somebody else do this. What do you see? 1 plus 4 is 5. And I write it down. And then I say, okay, what do you see here? And they go, 4 plus 1. Is 4 plus 1 5? Yes. I write it down. Then they get stumped. I go, okay, you guys, look at this. What number does this represent? There's nothing there. And they go, oh, it represents 0. I go, exactly. 0 plus what is 5? And they'll go, well, 0 plus 5 is 5. And I write it down. And I'll say, okay, look at this inverse. Okay, what do we got? 5 plus 0. Okay, so once we've got them all written down, I teach them how to orally drill. An oral drill is so simple. It doesn't cost you any money. It's one of I feel one of the most non-used important things you can do in a classroom to get kids to memorize something. How do we as adults memorize something? We go over and over it. Well, kids are no different than we are. So I teach them how to orally drill, and the really amazing thing about oral drill is this. There's 3 ways into the brain. They see it with their eyes, they say it with their mouth, and they hear themselves say it. So eyes, mouth, and ears. 3 ways into the brain. So this is what it would look like if we're oral drilling the 5s family. 5 plus 0, 5. 4 plus 1, 5. 3 plus 2, 5. 2 plus 3, 5. 1 plus 4, 5. 0 plus 5, 5. Now, how simple is that? Okay, we just want, I call it going down the ladder. Let's go up the ladder. Looks like this. 0 plus 5, 5. 1 plus 4, 5. And you can sing it, you can jazz it up, you can dance it, you can do all kinds of, you can snap it, you can do all kinds of little fun things. 2 plus 3, 5. 3 plus 2, 5. 4 plus 1, 5. 5 plus 0, 5. I say, okay, kids got that? Yeah, they've got that. I said, okay, let's look at the 5 subtraction. Now, I write this one on the board, and here's what it looks like. 5 minus 0, 5. 5 minus 1, 4. 5 minus 2, 3. 5 minus 3, 2. 5 minus 4, 1. 5 minus 5, 0. That's oral drill. How simple is that? But it starts kids memorizing. Now, are they way up at the mastery level when they do that? Absolutely not. They're down here at the accuracy level. But don't worry, they'll get there eventually. So oral drill is one way. Okay, the second way is flashcards. Now let me show you about flashcards. When I start out, I have my kids, I tell my moms that are homeschooling moms, I tell the teachers that are using the flashcards, only put on the ring the family you're working on. Otherwise, it's too much. Don't load this up with all the flashcards. That's too demoralizing. There's too many facts to learn. So you break it down into bite-sized pieces and you just practice the facts. What numbers make 5, okay? Now in 2nd grade, I want to show you this. In 1st grade, I want you to look at the board. In 1st grade, on that very first drill, now I'm not talking about the 5s family, so we're switching, but I want to just point out something. If you're a first grader, one of the problems on that very first drill is 0 plus 3, and they have to either write in if you've got paper pencil or type in is 3. In 2nd grade, in that level 2, the problem looks like this. It's missing add-in, so it looks like this. What 0 plus what gets us to 3? So they have to come up with that 3. So I've got missing add-in flashcards that look like this. So they can use when we're drilling, literally, I've got them all. These aren't in any sort of order, but they can take a look. So they can use the family that we just drilled, and I will literally flash these. So they're looking for 3 plus what? And I'll say, you guys, okay, let's look at the ones we just did. 3 plus 2, 5. So they tell me 2 for that one. Look at this one. 4 plus what? Well, you can either look here or you can look here for that missing add-in, which is 1, of course. Look at this one. 2 plus what? Well, you can find 2 here and find the 3, or you can find the 2 here and find 3. Same thing. So do you see how those work? So missing add-in, flashcards. Now, once they take their drill and they pass it in the 2-minute club, you want to make sure you go to the progress chart and have them check it off, have them do a happy face, have them put a little sticker there that you've gotten at the teacher supply store, whatever's fun for them, and then I would post that on the refrigerator so they can see their progress. They can start seeing all the fact families that they're just moving through. That makes sense? Okay, I want to switch gears just a quick little bit to what does the multiplication look like. I want to show you that. I'm going to switch boards. Okay, same thing. Okay, so here we go. Now, when I teach a family with the multiplication and division family, I always want to get the answers from either the child I'm working with or the group of kids or the class of kids I'm working with. You can work with 1, you can work with 5, you can work with 32. It's whatever your situation is. And I want to remind you that when we do multiplication, when we learn our facts, you learn the easy ones first. And there's a reason for that. So down here I've written the easy ones out. You want to hit the 0. Anything times 0 is 0. The times 1, the times 2, the times 5. Most kids can count by 5s. The times 10, it's that number with a 0 added on. The times 11, easy. And then if you looked at my other video, the 9s trick with your fingers. Okay, so those are the easy, I call those the easy one. There's 7. There are 13 facts in a multiplication and division fact family. So right off the bat, if you teach them those 7 first, they've got 7 pretty much mastered or on their way to mastery that are fairly easy for them, and they just have to come back and learn those final 6. So I'm going to pretend I'm in a classroom, and I ask the kids, okay, I have this literally written on my whiteboard, and I'll say, okay, we know the 0 trick, anything times 0, and they'll say 0, and I write it down. 1 times any number is the other number. 2 times any number is 2 of those, so 2 6s are, and they'll tell me 12. Now, I skip the 3 for a minute. 4, 5. I go down to the 5s. Okay, 5 6s, and they go 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. I write it down. Okay, then we go to the next one, 9 times 6. So they get their little fingers out because I've taught them the 9s trick, and they go 54. Good job. 10 times 6, it's that number with a 0. 11 times 6, simple. It's 2 of them, 66. And then now we're going to go back and fill them in. We're going to fill in the answers. So I go, okay, you guys, we don't know 3 times 6, do we? So if we know 2 times 6, how do we get 3 times 6? And some brilliant mathematician will go, well, you just add another 6. I go, okay, well, somebody do that for me. What's 12 plus 6? And they'll go 18. Perfect. Okay, and now I said, okay, 4 6s. If you know that 3 6s are 18, let's add another 6, and they go 24. Good job. Okay, we're skipping, right? Okay, 6 times 6. If we know 5 times 6, we know 6 times 6 is 36. Add another 6, 42. Add another 6, 48. Skip, 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 because we know now the big kahuna, 12 times 6. It's the big one. Okay. And they say, they count, and it's 72. Okay, now we're ready to orally drill. And orally drill looks like this when you're in the multiplication division group. Okay, it looks like this. 0, 6, 0, 1, 6, 6, 2, 6, 12, 3, 6, 18, 4, 6, 24, 5, 6, 30, 6, 6, 36, 7, 6, 42, 8, 6, 48, 9, 6, 54, 10, 6, 60, 11, 6, 66, 12, 6, 72. Okay, got that? Now, will they start picking up just that first time through? Maybe not, but you know what? That took us maybe 30 seconds. So we go down the ladder, and I say, let's go up the ladder. So we go 12, 6, 72, 11, 6, 66, 10, 6, 60, and we go all the way to 0, 6, 0. Now, you might do that a couple times. You might want to spend 2 minutes on the oral drill. You do not, parents, listen to this, please. Teachers, listen to this. You do not spend an hour oral drilling. Oh my gosh, just kill the poor child. No, 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 no. You want to spend 2 to 3 minutes oral drilling, and that's it. And then you move on to something else. You move on to flashcards or move on to something else. But don't spend more than 2 or 3 minutes oral drilling. And you might need to come back to this. Now, I tell my kids, you guys, if you know your sixes, your 6 times, do you know your 6 divide? And they go, yeah, because I've told them. It's just backwards. So we fill out this, 0, 6, 0. 6 divided by 6, it's literally backwards, is 1. And then they get, oh, I left one out. Goodness. Well, I'm going to stick it in. This is 12 divided by 6 equals, boy, this is live. This is live action right here. There's a 2 stuck in there, and 18 divided by 6 is 3, and then they go 4, and they just start calling out the numbers. So I wanted to show you what it sounds like when we drill multiplication. This is what it sounds like when we drill a division table. 0 divides 6, 0. 6 divides 6, 1. 12 divides 6, 2. 18 divides 6, 3. 24 divides 6, 4. All the way down, 72 divides 6, 12. Okay? Now how simple is that? Okay, once they've done that, we might choose to do flashcards. That's another tool in your little tool bag. Now again, I only have the 6s on here. I don't have all of the families. That's too many. It's too many to deal with. So now here's what we do. Once we're starting to familiarize ourselves with the 6 times, I'm going to put them down on the table so you can see these. Okay, here's what I want your child to do. I want him to go through his set of flashcards. And in one pile, I want him to put the I've got it, I've mastered it, and the other is the practice pile. Those are the ones that he either doesn't know or he can't answer quickly. Okay, he can totally know that this is 6, so that's the I know pile. He knows it's 2, so 12, he can say 12. 6 times 4, 24. Now how he's going to check himself is the answers on the back, right there. Okay, I don't know that one, so I'm going to put that one in the practice. There's my practice pile. Okay, I know my 5s because those are the ones I've learned quickly. That's 30, I've got that one. Now somehow when I picked up in oral drilling, I picked up that 6, 6 is 36, so I've got that one. 7 6s. I don't know. Oh, 42, I don't know that one. 3 6s. Well, 6 and 6 is 12 and 6 is 18. But I didn't do it fast. I don't know that one, do I? So I need to practice that one. 6 8s. Ooh, I don't know. I do not know that one. Oh, I know that's 54. I know that's 60. I know that's 66. I know the big kahuna because I always get the big one. 72 and 0. Whoops, I put that in the wrong pile. Okay, so now look at this. Out of 13, there's really only 4 that I don't know. And these are the 4, just those that I'm going to practice. And those might be the ones, literally, that after I drill them for a bit, and all I'm going to do is do this out loud. 6 3s, 18. 6 3s, 18. 6 4s, 24. 6 4s, 24. And I go through those 4, or however many I don't know. Now, I might take my pencil and paper, and I might literally get my paper, get my pencil, and I write 6 times, and I'm going to write it this way. I'm going to write it this way. It's faster than writing it down. I'll write, well, actually, you know what? Let me just do it. I'm going to do it for you. So let me erase that. So here's what I'm going to do, because these are the ones I'm not sure about. I don't have. So I'm going to go 3 6s are 18, and I might write these. I might write these 3 or 4 times each. Okay, now 4 times 6. What was that? What was that again? Oh yeah, 24. Good. And I might just go ahead and do that, and maybe write it another time, and then do the same with those. Then go back and let's see if we've got them. Once I've written them, now we're going to go back and we're going to mix them up, and let's see if we can do it. Let's see. Can we do it? 6 3s, 18. Got it. 6 sevens, 42. 6 eights, 48. 24. Okay, now I'm ready to take my paper pencil drill, or if you're doing it on the computer, if you're doing the software part, writing it, you're going to write it on the paper pencil drill, or you're going to type it in if you're on the computer, either way. If you pass with 2 or less, I want you to then let your child fill out his progress chart. Now, this is what the progress chart looks like. Remember from one of the other videos. Name goes here. This is Johnny right here. He's passed his 2 minutes. I don't have these marked in, but let's pretend. He's passed his 2 times, and he's passed all of these, and now we're working on our 6 times. He just took his paper pencil, or he just took his computer and drill, and he passed it. Okay, check it off, happy face it, or give him a sticker, whichever. The 4 ways that you can practice a drill for a family. Oral drill, doesn't cost you anything. 2 minutes, 3 minutes max. Flashcards, write the families, or software practice on the computer for the paper pencil drill. Or some families eliminate the paper pencil and just do the software. It's totally up to you. I wanted to just say a really quick thing about writing. Some kids, I had a mom in the last couple of weeks come up to me and say, Julie, my daughter is really level 2 missing out in. My daughter's having a really hard time with, and she named the fact family. I said, okay, I think it was the 13s. I said, okay, here's what I want her to do. Have your daughter write them out 3 times each. She came back the next week. She said, Julie, that's what she needed to do. She's a little gal that needs to write. So you know what? You know your kids better than anybody. If they can get it by oral drilling, have them oral drill. If they need to do flashcards, and most of them need to do flashcards, I would encourage you to use the flashcards and do the flashcards. But if they need to do above and beyond that, if they need to write their families, have them write their families, or that software practice on the computer for the paper pencil. For more Math Facts teaching tips, go to maddogmath.com, and remember, kids love and succeed at math when they master their math facts.